Hello, happy Thursday? I think it's Thursday today. And I got a new Switch, which I've been wanting for so long. And I was waiting for Argos to get them back in stock. And so this was a gift from my parents for finishing some mental health appointments that I'd finished. If you're new to this channel, hello, I mainly vlog about my weird, lively things I do. Lively, not lively. There's no liveliness in my life, actually. Quite a boring creature. Actually, this is the most exciting thing of my month, I think. Yeah, we'll say that. And so I talk a lot about my mental health on this channel because I don't think there should be I talk about it just as openly as talking about getting this nice new hoodie. Isn't this really nice and plain? Yeah, I just think it should be spoken about with no stigma, and so I just talk about it just like that, because if I can help one person be able to open up about their mental health to somebody in their life, it can probably maybe one day save a life, you know? Anyway, so I've been having these mental health assessment thingies over the course of the past 8 weeks, and I finally finished them, and they're sending me to different specialists now, which I haven't still heard from. But as like a well done Alex, we're proud of you, that was really hard to get through. They told me they were going, as in my parents, told me they were going to give me the money to buy the new Switch because it came out on the 5th of June, and my second last appointment was the 4th of June, and then I had another one 2 weeks later on the 18th, and that was my last one. But by the time the 18th rolled around, they had sold out literally everywhere. Like Argos had sold out, Crows had sold out, Ever had sold out, Game had sold out, Smith's Toys Superstore had sold out. And so anyway, they were in stock online on the actual like Nintendo store. So I ended up being able to get one from there finally. It's now like the 20-something of June. And I got a case for it as well. Not the official Nintendo one. I do want to get the official Nintendo one, but it's out of stock until like late July, like July 25th, I think it said on Amazon. And it's now like June 25th. So I wasn't waiting a month. So I got this cool one. And you're able to charge it through the case. Like it's got like a hole to be able to charge it through the case. Anyway, we're not here for the case, are we? We're here for the actual Switch. So I've only got one TV in this house because I do try and limit my screens because they're not good for my mental health all the time. They're not good for anyone's mental health all the time. And so this is the only TV I have. But I've kind of like moved the wires and like clipped them to the side of like a little plastic wire clip that I got from Asda ages ago, and I found a spare one. So I clipped the wires to the side so that there's nothing here now in the middle. So I should, if the dock fits, again, I don't know how big this thing is. I haven't even like held like a demo version of it or anything, but I should be able to put the dock there. I do have a plug behind. There's this thing I've got full of paper because my printer's up there, and I should be able to hide the wire from that thing. So there should be. For those who don't know, hate wires. I hate clutter. I hate mess. I hate anything that doesn't look all perfectly clean. I'm just seeing if it's got a rippy thing. Does it have a rippy thing? Is this a rippy thing? Take the tape off it. Should we move you down a bit so you can actually see what I'm doing? So it came in this box. It had my parents' address here, actually. It's been sitting in my hallway, this, for about 2 days because I've had other videos to film and other things to do. Didn't put my bin in here. I have like a bin, and because I don't have like a set place for it to be, it kind of just follows me around the house like a little waste paper basket sort of thing. Oh, it'll just open like that. How fun! How fun! Quite a small box. Always forget how small the boxes are. So I'll be selling my old Switch. This is my current Switch, which we're going to be transferring all the data from. I did drop this box actually, so hopefully nothing's broken because I'm as clumsy as anything. That'll be fantastic for packing. So I'm in the middle of like making other videos. Let me just get the box out so I'm not rustling everywhere. So that's what the actual shipping box looks like. There's a little Mario in there. How fun. Fantastic. What was I saying? Forgot what I was saying. Oh yes, making videos. I was making videos actually. I'm like decluttering my space right now, and I was selling like loads of my old clothes and stuff. And so I've been selling loads of stuff, so like I'm looking for packaging anywhere because I don't like buying packaging. Anyway, so this is the front of it, Switch 2. looks like, you know what it looks like, right? No fault to Nintendo, but you know, like when the Switch first came out and like Chinese companies, like companies in China, were like bringing out like fake Switches and they were selling on like Temu for like $59.99, and you could just tell they were knockoffs. That's what it's looking like. Have you ever heard of that phrase where people say an Ed Sheeran wouldn't win an Ed Sheeran lookalike contest because he doesn't look like Ed Sheeran even though he is Ed Sheeran? Like, this wouldn't win a Switch lookalike contest because it just doesn't look like a Switch. It looks like a Switch knockoff, but this is how they look now apparently. I know what I mean. Like, that's the first thing when I first saw a picture of it came into my head. Now I like this actually because they magnetize on, because the reason why I have this one, so I've had the original Switch, 2 versions of the original Switch, the Switch OLED, and I eventually sold them to get this thing, even though I regretted it because the really, other than Minecraft and Animal Crossing, the only other game I play on this is fitness boxing, literally, for both of them actually. And I realised I couldn't with this because it doesn't connect to a dock, and even though I could connect to the Joy-Cons to it, the screen is literally smaller than my hand. You know what I mean? So I gave it all up because I hated the way they wobbled. I hope the Joy-Cons on here aren't the same. I'm hoping because they're magnetised on, they won't do the wobbly thing they do, because it just made me feel anxious, actually. It did. So I'm hoping, don't have a controller for it yet though. I will probably buy a controller. I just thought because it comes with like that little thing. So thought no point buying a controller right now. Hey, how fun. I wish it came in white. Now I've never had the blue and red, orange. Is that red or orange? It's like a different colour to the last one, at least from what I remember. Again, I had the grey one in the original one, and then I think I got the Animal Crossing one second hand, and then I sold both of them when the OLED one came out, and then I sold that one to downgrade to this one because I just didn't like the wobbly Joy-Cons. But I think it was like a proper red colour, the last one. This is kind of salmon, like a deep salmon. It's probably, I hope the camera can pick that up. It's like a deep salmon colour. So that's the right Joy-Con. Smells like plastic, because it is, but it feels nice. It's kind of got like a, I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but it's kind of got like a glitter to it. Like, it looks in person glittery, like not even just like, I hope the camera can pick it up. I don't know if it can. If it can catch the right light it might, but they're glittery. I think that's quite pretty actually, but they're kind of matte. They're not shiny. They're matte but glittery. They feel very smooth. Like, really smooth actually, smoother than the last one. Smoother than these. Can you hear that kind of, this one? Doesn't make the same noise. It's a lot smoother. This is the, move you back down. Don't want to see my face, do we? No. This is the screen. Very pretty. A lot bigger. So I don't have a screen protector because, did I already say this? The screen protector, I have ordered one, but I'm really fussy with the screen protectors I'll buy, because I have to have one where it slots onto the thing and you can pull the thing off, because I just can't do them. I don't know how I watch them on TikTok all the time, can't do it. Don't know how people do it. So I'm going to try not to touch the screen the best that I can. Don't know why people can't just put screen protectors on them for us, like out of the box, but hey ho. So this is a screen, probably about the size of a Lenovo tablet. Is probably, you know, like your cheap, I'm going to keep referring to it. I don't know whether they've took the handbook out of every cheap product known to man, but it doesn't feel cheap, but it looks like, you know, like the cheap, like tablet you'd buy. Like, that's kind of what it looks like facing this way, like a cheap tablet. But again, doesn't feel cheap. And the back, might be able to say it better on the back, has that same glittery thing. Stand is like, it has like a, you can see through it. So it's not like the first one was like that weird little thing that kept breaking on people's. It didn't break on mine because I wasn't rough with my Switch, but I know, like, obviously these are built for kids as well, and I can see why that thing would break. The OLED have like a big, like a thick one with like 4 C's, but this one has like one where you can like look through it. Anyway, moment of truth. Does this just... No wobble. Like that's on there. Like that is very much on there. I don't even know. Do you have to release it to get it off? Oh. Ah, so there's a release button at the back. Probably would know this if I actually read instructions, but I don't read instructions. I'm like, so once it's on there, and it's got a slight wobble to it if you put a lot of pressure on it, but I would feel safe once I've got a screen protector on this thing, and obviously it's in a case anyway, but I would feel safe putting this in like maybe the laptop compartment of my bag, naked with a screen protector on, like, and it not snapping off, because that was always one of my biggest anxieties. Like, yep, they're on there. Not as much wobble as the last one at all, especially at the top. There's no wobble really at all at the top. Massive, absolutely massive. Anyway, let's look at the rest of the box actually. So look at the size difference. So this is the light compared to the new one. I don't have an original to compare it with because I sold it to get the light, because I have the one in, one out rule. What's in this box and how do we get into it? Is this just all the bump? Oh, it's got the cables with it and the straps. They're weird looking things, aren't they? Look at them. We'll have a look at them in a minute. Battery level dependent, and that's the HDMI cable. Fantastic, and the instructions. Okay, what have we got in here? Oh, this is the handle thing. Yeah, fantastic. So we've got the handle thing. We'll have a look at it all in a minute. I'm just getting it all out of the box. The chargers are different now. So now it comes as like a block like this, and not like the other one, which is like one big thing with a lead. It now has taken the same approach as like Amazon, and because that's the first thing that this reminded me of, Amazon and Apple, which I have a Kindle and an iPhone 16. This is also fairly new because my other one broke. I dropped it in the sink the other week, and so they kind of come separate now, which I prefer. It just looks a lot more modern. You're able to store it a lot better. Like trying to transport yourself anywhere with that big massive bulky cable, so this can now probably lay a lot flatter inside of the case, etc. Fantastic. I am working against the battery of my camera because it wasn't fully charged, and the only thing left in here is the dock, which we're going to take out right now. Oh, you're smaller than what I thought you were. Yeah, you'll fit there rather easily. So the back comes off. People probably really like anxious about how I just don't read instructions. Same sort of ordeal. Should we try and... Okay. First I want to look at these things though. Put that in there. Right, the blue one goes on the blue, so they're very easy to come off once you realise there's a latch. And so this, like that, yeah. And then will it release this? Yeah, okay. So it magnetises on, that's on there, and then you push that button at the back and it pushes it off. Fantastic, that is quite cute. That is quite cute, and same ordeal. So this is flat now because you don't slide them on anymore. They have to magnetise on. There's no like corners here. So I'm guessing if I put it on the right one, I'll actually nitwit. And then it just magnetises on, and then this just come off. No, we release it again, so you can see it kind of separating from there. They're probably going to need charging actually, aren't they? So we'll put them back onto the... I don't like this amount of glass being exposed actually, so I probably won't touch it all that much until I get my screen protector from Amazon, but it's not coming until next week at least. So massive, like I can't get over how big it is actually. I'll be sure to show my mum on my Snapchat very soon. Right, we're going to put that over there. Don't like plastic bags. They give me nearly as much anxiety as wires give me. So we're going to take everything out of the plastic bag, put all the packaging in one neat pile, over there so I don't have to actually look at it with that and the box. But already dropping everything all everywhere. That's fun. Right. Charging brick. It's not even a charging brick anymore. I'd call it more of a charger oblong. Charging oblong. We're going to do the twisty twist. Unlock that. Yep, that's what we're doing. So it's about 2 meters, is that? 1 meter, 1.5 meters. No bigger than 2 meters unless it says on the box that it is, then it is. I'm not really too sure on that. We may need, because I've got a Kindle Fire plugged in, we may need the Kindle Fire's dongle, because where I don't have the like the little wiry bit, we may need that because I don't think this is going to go into the TV with that dongle there. Oh, already touched the screen. Okay, can we see what I'm doing? Do people even care what I'm doing? So I know it's this side, but will it go in? Will it go in from in here? Is this thing? It's, so hopefully with this we can unplug the Fire Stick, plug obviously the little dongle into it, plug that in there, like that, and I'm hoping, I hope and I pray, tomorrow today. Snug fit, but it worked. And then we're going to put this back here. We'll just dangle that there for a memento. Then we're going to go to the other side. Everybody, we're going to go, still on full battery actually, I think that's quite impressive. How long is this video so far? 17 minutes. Brilliant. I'm going to plug that in there. That's also going to go there. We're going to take the dock and its lid back, lid, don't really know actually, move us up here again. Okay, probably can't see anything that I'm doing, but I'm not doing anything exciting. Just plugging this in here, plugging this in here. I don't even have a TV in the living room, you know what I mean? Otherwise it would be going in there. But I'll be able to like just lying in bed and playing Minecraft. I don't really know how this lid goes on. Like this? Is that on? We'll just say that's on. Wires. Please, wire, you're the bane of my existence. Go where I can't see you. Thank you very much. So now, other than this one annoying wire, which if I tape the thing up there, so what's happened is, you can't see my face, I'll kneel down. My Kindle Fire Stick is kind of wobbling all over the place and it's knocking against the dock. So all I'm going to do is get it off camera, is going to get a strip of No More Nails tape and just stick the dongle up onto the TV so it's not, because I just don't want it bashing around. Anyway, so we will just, does this thing turn on? Should we see if this thing actually turns on? Can you tell I've got ADHD? Oh! So, while that's doing that, we'll have a look at this. Can we all see what that's doing? I don't know if it's going to need to show me like some sort of setup video. Oh yeah, English. Europe. Next. Well, I'm not connecting it to the internet right now. I did really want the original one, but this feels a lot more rugged. You know what I mean? Just gotta, what a bop, and so you can plug it in there. That's fun. Does it have anything inside of it? Yeah. Scented slice. And the warning, yep. Well, that's great. Oh, the internet. Well, I don't know the password, and I can't be bothered going to type it in the password, so the video's going to end here. Because I can't be bothered. So, off camera, I'm going to... Can we turn that down, actually? I should know my internet thing off by heart, at least keep a sticker of it on there. Shouldn't I, really, actually? This carrying case may have a slight odour. You know what? I don't care. But what was I saying? I'm going to connect it to the internet. Can I, like, don't set? Can I just do it without setting it? It's not that time though, is it? What's the time and the date today? 1949. That's not the date, by the way, like, we're in 2025. That's the time. The date is the 26th of the 6th. 26th of the 6th. The time is, what did I say, 1945? 1949. 1949. Begin system transfer. Am I going to need to connect to the internet for this one? Connect. So what I will do, because I am good, my battery is 3 bars now, but I don't want it dying during the middle of it, is I'm going to do a system transfer from this tiny weeny little thing. Like, this is like the iPhone mini, and this is like the iPhone Pro Max. Like, that's the kind of vibes they're giving me, you know what I mean? But I'll do a system transfer, and then I'm selling. I'm just gonna sell this one on Vinted, like I do with everything that I don't want anymore. No one in my family will want it, so that's that. No, because like even the youngest people now in my family are now too old to be playing on games consoles. Like, I know I am age 26 and still playing on games consoles, and like, look how pretty it is. I hope you can see the glitter. So pretty. Anyway, hope everybody enjoyed watching this unboxing. It doesn't look that bad. I thought it would look significantly worse. You can't see. I thought it would look significantly worse than that. It does look quite cluttery back there now, actually, but that's kind of a given when you're going to have a games console behind there, really. I'm actually really surprised I can fit a whole games console behind there, but hey ho. Huh. But the music, proper jam. Anyway, sorry this was a bit of a short and sweet video. I mean, it's not really a short and sweet video, is it? It's 23 minutes long. That's how long most normal people's videos are, but like, fairly sure I just finished a video yesterday that was nearly 3 hours long, because I just taught for England and I don't like editing. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I don't really like that colour. I would have rather it been like a hefty red. You know what I mean by a hefty red? You know, like a hefty red. Like, this is very... It does match me kind of aesthetic that I've got going on over here in this corner. Kind of got like a coral, so the Heartstopper 5th book is the exact same colour. If you've got that book at home, look at the cover of that book, the spine of that book, same colour. Literally same colour. This one's got a bit more of a vibrance to it. So if you've got Heartstopper series, volume 5, as well as volume 2, but a bit darker, that's the colour that they are, actually. But I would have rather it have been either like a pastel pink, so it like goes with my Animal Crossing bag. Do we all like my Animal Crossing bag? I love it, actually. That's why it sat on my floor. I was not going to sell it and then backed out because I wanted to hang it up there because it was going to match the corner. It's like a very colourful corner. Yeah, I did. I was like, well, I don't really play Animal Crossing anymore. It's not really my vibe, because I did play it when it first came out. Like, I waited till midnight for it to come out. Here we go. Here's Alex's tangent again. Waited for it to come out, actually. midnight on one of my old Switches, right? Waited for it to come out, and then I wanted to get a new Switch, and I didn't transfer the data over, and so every new Switch I got, I had to keep resetting my island until one point I was just, everyone was then so far ahead of me that I just, because I was keeping up with everyone, and I was able to like look on forums and trade with people, and now I'm just like, I can't be bothered anymore, you know what I mean? Like I do prefer New Leaf. I do have an Animal Crossing new Nintendo DS, like the new ones that came out before they decided to completely discontinue every single DS ever sold because of these things. Which, like, if it's all broke, don't fix it. I liked the DS's anyway. I preferred the older Animal Crossing games, but it's gonna be fun playing on this screen. Look at the size of it! Like, I've only ever been able to play on this screen for years. Like, not on the TV, just this little tiny screen. Oh my god, Minecraft is going to be brilliant on my realm with my 2 friends, 1 friend that I play Minecraft with. So that's fun, actually. What did I finish my rant? What was I ranted about? Did I finish the rant? I'm just going to say I finished the rant because I forgot what I was ranting about. And otherwise, if I don't think I finished it, I will keep myself up and down. What was I ranting about? Animal Crossing. That we did finish the rant, didn't we? Yeah, so I'm just going to restart the island again. I am trying to get all the koalas because my island every single time is called Australia because I haven't been able to fit it in any other Animal Crossing game. Like, Australia just wouldn't fit. But they made the allowance of letters longer in the newer game, and so I was able to finally fit Australia, which is quite, because Australia is an island. And for those that don't know, I have a weird obsession with the country and always have done ever since I was a kid. I have autism, and like, it's always been my special interest. I've outsmarted Trivial Pursuit twice, the game. Conveniently, I have on the Switch. It was the Switch version I actually outsmarted twice, because they said it would have like a list of animal, like birds and animals or whatever, and it was like, click on the ones that are native to Australia, and I clicked on Kookaburra and they were like, wrong. No, I'm sorry, my loves. Google it, Wikipedia it. They're from like East Australia or something like that, and I knew that. Like, that's like, everybody knows that. But no, and there was another one about Australia, someone about Sydney, and I got it right. It was literally in my presentation for college years ago, and they got it wrong. So, I mean, that was years and years ago. I don't really play Trivial Pursuit anymore because it's really boring when you got to play by yourself all the time. Like, who am I trying to impress? You know what I mean? But that's me, full of self-deprecating humour. Because if you don't laugh, you cry. Well, I'll see yous. 28 minutes long. That's a decent long enough video to put online, actually. Very pretty. Very pretty. I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10, actually. I shouldn't become a reviewer because imagine my reviews, like if I was a food critic, imagine me just like going off on a tangent, like someone asked me to review their Michelin star restaurant, like Gordon Ramsay asked me to, and like they gave me like a 5-course meal, and it was all like, you know, like when they put like the little bean on top with the little drizzle, right? And all my review is about how the chairs are giving me like some sort of trauma because they were the same chairs I used to have back in high school. I notice the smallest of things, and I will side rant about the smallest of things, actually. I do eventually get to my point. Like, I've just got to go down the long way. You know, like when you're going on holiday and your dad's driving this year and he starts going down all these windy roads and you're sitting in the back seat like, where the hell are we going, mate? Like, where are we going? And he's like, this is the quicker way. And then you're driving for like a solid 40 minutes before you even know where you are, and it wasn't the quicker way. But you eventually you got there. You may have got lost and got on the wrong motorway, and then everyone was frantic, and then your mum wants to stop at the station, the service station, McDonald's, and your dad says no because he just wants to get there in one piece, and all you want then is a McFlurry. But you do eventually get there. That's kind of how I am with my tangents. I do eventually get there. Now I really want a McFlurry, but we're not. We're going to set up my Switch, and then I'm going to bed, actually, because I've had a really busy day. Did not sleep at all last night because I was anxious. Like, imagine, like, back in, like, that's the thing, right? No, I watch Call the Midwife. Like, Call the Midwife is probably one of my favourite shows. You probably wouldn't think it with, like, the way I look. Like, imagine me, like, going into bed with my hoodie and be like, oh, you know what I'm going to watch? Call the Midwife. Favourite show, actually. Love it. I will watch. No, I finished the whole series, like, all 13 seasons, and then I go back to season 1, and I will watch every night with me cup of tea, me Biscoff biscuits that you dunk in for 2 seconds, because 3 seconds fall in, 2 seconds, 1 second hasn't soaked up the tea. You know what I mean? And I don't even have any of them in either. But so I watch that all the time, and like, imagine me being a midwife and say, oh no, I can't be on call today, Sister Evangelina, because I didn't sleep. Why didn't you sleep? I was anxious. You just didn't hear it back then, did you? You know what I mean? Like, I even say this to my mum, because my mum was born around the time Call the Midwife was filmed. Like, won't give away my mum's age, but she was born in the 60s anyway, early 60s, the first half of the 60s. And she was like, oh, no one had anxiety when I was a kid. It wasn't heard of, was it? It wasn't heard of to my dad. Wasn't heard of. And so now they're okay with me now, but like back when I was like a kid, they were like, oh, anxiety wasn't a thing when we were kids. We just had to suck up and get on with it. She doesn't say it anymore, like, because she knows, like, you know, I severely struggle with it now. But back when I was a kid, it was more so like that, because it wasn't as severe back then. But yeah, I will be off. 31 minutes now. I'm gonna call this video ranting with a side of unboxing.